Hi everybody, I'm super excited to be with you during Global Talent Week, especially as we launch our very first one. My name is Peggy Liu and I'm the chair of Joint US-China Collaboration on Clean Energy, or JUICE, an NGO that has been around since 2007. During this time, we have been able to change China 7 times over by bringing in technologies like smart grid, eco-city trainings for mayors across China, and even the national slogan, China Dream. And I'd like to give you one simple takeaway during Global Talent Week. That is to remember who you are as a creator of the reality that you live in. My simple formula for bringing in the future faster is what I call tornado leadership. Tornado leadership is a framework that I use to bring in the future faster by creating from the future and not the past. This sounds simple, but it does take a little bit of training. And that is for you as a talent, as a creator, as a collaborator of a better future, to just throw away the energies, the baggage of the past, of history, of anything that didn't work, of any problems that you're facing, any blockages that you're worried about. Just for a moment, when you're creating from the future, try to throw all of that away and jump into your Willy Wonka, your James Cameron that created Avatar, the Gulliver's World. Try to create Alice in Wonderland's Wonderland, or Oz, like the wizard behind the curtain. You, as somebody with limitless imagination, can build a limitless world if you start with your imagination and just believe, and even more so, know that we are already successful in building this future, in making everything that you want across the land, across the sea, across the skies, within our hearts, between the buildings, between us. All of this magic already exists in your mind. So if you can bring it alive in such great detail that a movie director can take your script and your storyboard, the emotions, the color palette, the fashion, the hairstyles, the smells, the wind blowing through your hair, take all of those details and make it come alive in a movie trailer of the future that you want us to thrive in. If you can bring that alive so that just like Jake in Avatar, it felt more real than the reality that we're living in now, and you express it with such joy, such excitement, what's going to happen is magically people who want to live in that future with you will be magnetized to show up at your door. They'll be banging at your door saying, how can I live in that future? How can I help build it? Do you see 95% of all of our actions are subconscious? They're when our sleeping times or waking times, we're in love with something so much we want it to make it come alive. That is the first part of building a tornado movement that will bring in a better future faster at warp speed. You don't need plans, you don't need goals, you don't need metrics. What you do need is to sense the momentum of the wind that is blowing and building momentum, like we're drafting on bikes together, racing uphill like Lance Armstrong, and we all succeed faster. Whether we're a young person, old person, or a poor person, rich person, somebody from the north, somebody from the south, we're all winning together when the wind brings us up in a tornado to a better future faster. I'd like to share with you the 3 phases and 12 steps of the tornado leadership framework that I have articulated as a way to share a common vocabulary for all of us to better collaborate, to help us elevate the collaboration through specific transformational perspectives that will help us move from the industrial age of being very effective, efficient cogs in a factory to people who can dream in a future that we want at a blink of an eye. So I'm just going to give you 3 key things to launch your tornado movement, to strengthen it, and then to harness that collective energy to shift norms and behavior into that future. Just 3 simple tips. 1, remember to create from the future and not the past. Every single time you hear yourself saying, we're trying to avoid, we're trying to solve this problem, we hope, we wish, this is a blockage, this is an obstacle, try to eliminate that type of vocabulary from the way that you present what you are doing, what you are working towards. Just jump into the future. From a first-person point of view, how does a child live in that future? How does a mother wake up in the morning and get her household up and running? How does a blue-collar worker go out to work during the day to commute to their job site? From a first-person point of view, what does the future look like as if it already exists at this moment? So create from the future, not the past. Don't be angry, don't be protesting endlessly about something. We have to move people from what we don't want to what we want. The second tip, the second phase is really around momentum over metrics. This is much harder as somebody who was trained as a good Chinese student, as a McKinsey consultant, as a venture capitalist, as a CEO at the age 27, as somebody who got really, really, really good at spreadsheets and plans and metrics. This part was really hard to do, is to really let go and trust my senses, listen to the signals that the universe is sending me to say, should I move the organization left or right in a more nimble fashion? If something isn't working and the momentum is dying down in the change that we're building, we have to shift in order to keep the tornado spinning and to build the memento, to orchestrate a crescendo of excitement to the climax, the chorus that we want. If we sense that it's dying down, the energy's dying down, we have to really, really use our intuition and focus, focus, focus. All of our cells in the body are an antennae to sense whether or not the tornado is still building momentum or if it's lost momentum. Metrics, on the other hand, are filled with numbers that numb, that limit you by definition to horse blinders that only allow you to see a specific path right in front of you. They don't allow you to tap into the imagination of all the potential of who we are. The third tip that I'd like to give you is to think about collaboration as music. And what you're doing is shaping resonance. You're like a conductor in an orchestra with 150 different voices and different instruments. And you are listening to the harmonies of the music. You're listening to the space between people, the space between milestones. Whether or not the energy is aligned is creating goosebumps of excitement between people. What you are doing is creating a pop hit, if you will, in the playlist of our future. So those are the 3 tips that I'd like to give you as a tornado leader, moving into this Global Talent Week, highlighting all of your solutions, and then all of us, each of us, working together to draft in this tornado. We can move into this better future faster, at warp speed. I'm going to say 3 years is all it takes to make societal shifts. We can do this, every single person, every one of us can do this, because we're already there. In our imagination, we're already in this future where all of us are thriving. If you're interested in learning more about this 3-phase program, 12 steps, tornado leadership, how you can lead your organization, your technologies, your NGO, your cities, your countries, how you can lead people towards this better future faster, it's actually quite easy. Just contact me at Shanghai Peggy. Reach out to Global Talent Week and ask for more instructions on how you can be a tornado leader. I wish everybody the best of luck and the belief that you know in your heart that this future already exists, where everything that you wish for is already successful. We're already living it, where every single cell in our body is already alive and experiencing the future that you are bringing to the table here at Global Talent Week. Thank you so much, everybody.